And we are live back on my channel, y'all. I missed you. This is your boy James, and you're watching my channel, Watch Your Mouth Reviews, where today I'm here to give you my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. It's not going to happen this video, but that's okay. We're going to live to fight another day. Joining me is my co-host, Mrs. Belle. I'll say what's up to her.
Good afternoon. I hope everyone likes the video, subscribes to the channel, all those good positive things, and happy Sunday.
Yes, happy Sunday. Yes, please like the video, as she said in my chat here. Please also subscribe to Mrs. Best's channel as well. Any reviews or recaps that I don't cover on my channel, it's because we cover on her channel, such as Love and Hip Hop Miami. We're actually going to do Love during the lockup right after this live. We have Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So we have a lot of different shows that are on Mrs. Best's channel that you guys want to like, comment, and subscribe on, and make sure you catch it. So we'll go ahead and say what's up to Dr. Jim Bunny. I see her here already. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. Also, in my description box is a link to our collab channel, Watch Your Best Friends. We collab on that channel. We've did a few lives so far, so try to get that video channel going. If you guys can do me a solid, go ahead and go into my description box, click the link, so that way it brings you onto that channel. Make sure you subscribe, so that way we can get that channel up in subscription count as well. We really do appreciate it. I would have a graphic, but it's a little dated. I need to get the other one on my computer as well. So, with that being said, y'all, Belle Collective is back. And I must say, this episode was actually very dry. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to hold y'all. I was not impressed by anything. They started off with this divide. So we have this huge beef in the group between Latrice and Letitia. Same old. These two have been beefing since the show's becoming. So now here we are again with these two. They break up, they make up. They break up, they make up. I'm tired of it. They asked the collective, how are they? And they're all saying we're in the middle. We love both of them. We're in the middle. There's no allies, which is good because I hate a show that has allies and like, oh, I'm cool with her, so I'm gonna be on her side. I'm cool with this one, I'm gonna be on this side. Everyone's collectively in the middle. So, as we are getting confirmation, Latrice said that Letitia, I don't have her in my phone. She's blocked. Social media, she's blocked. I don't think about her. She ain't on my mind. She has completely left my life, and that's how I want it to be. And then Letitia said that she's hurt. She feels betrayed by Latrice. She feels that Latrice had to come for her marriage. All this hoopla. Yeah, I'm over this. I'm just like, why does nobody have anything authentic? Like, what do we have to do? So, before we get to the opening scene with Letitia, Mrs. Best, how do you feel about this opening sequence of this beef between Letitia and Latrice? How do you feel about this opening up?
I can't find my glasses, and I was across the fucking living room when you said my name. When I say I sprinted back to this computer, it was extra.
Yeah.
It was extra. To answer your question, it was extra. It was extra dry, ashy, salted. The beef needs to disintegrate. I'm so tired. First of all, Latrice, you need to understand that Letitia is nobody's friend. She's a mean bitch from the hood that's mad that she looked the way she looked. Okay? Let her cook her corn on the skillet in peace. And then Letitia, why do you think that anybody is going to be running to apologize to you for anything when you like to go behind your friends' backs, be shady because you want them to be as miserable as you are in your life and your marriage? So I'm looking at both of them like I'm kind of over it. I want Latrice to stop wearing shirts that show cleavage because she was botched at the titty because they don't move. And I really didn't understand the drama with it because neither of them, to me, I know they like to say like Letitia leads the girls and, you know, I don't know. I just don't feel like them beefing is going to be a big damn deal, if that makes sense. Like, who cares?
It makes perfect sense because they don't have a reason to beef. Like, what are you beefing over?
Well, Latrice has a reason to have a problem with Letitia. And I think Letitia's mad because she thought that she would probably get forgiven by Latrice again. But some things are unforgivable. Like Letitia did have Latrice fucked up. She just did. But these people, I'm tired of these heifers. I'm tired of them. Letitia needs to go on Jenny Craig or something instead of putting all this energy in the beefs. I said it. I don't care. She needs to figure it the fuck out. She got other things she can figure out. Her hair's still a mess. Her makeup's still a mess. I don't understand why her hairline is a different color from the rest of her makeup. Letitia has bigger bones that she could be handling. That's all I'm saying. But
Wow.
James making a face like I need to be quiet, so I'm gonna be quiet.
No, please. Keep going. I'm trying not to laugh in your face, and I'm trying not to put myself on mute because I'll not put myself back off mute when I put it on it. So let's not do that. But speaking of Letitia and hot messes, so Letitia decided she wants a talk show, y'all. She says she want to be, maybe not the second coming of Oprah, but maybe just her niece. And I just said, oh. So I have a question. Did Letitia's pilot launch? Did she get picked up? All of you Belle Collective, Mrs. Moncrief, where you at? Is Letitia on daytime network in Mississippi? Is she out there, in Jackson on TV? I'm curious. I'm not trying to be shady. I'm just curious to see because, from what I saw, it was, some semi-legit production crew. Semi-legit. So, yeah, I'm trying to see. Is she on, daytime television in Mississippi? I agree. She should do a YouTube. She should do a YouTube. Absolutely. Hey, Keywan, you guys subscribe to Keywan J's channel. Her information is in my description box, or you can click on her picture and definitely, subscribe to my girl. Tell her James sent ya. So, yeah. Letitia even. Okay, we gonna move on, y'all. So this is the pilot episode of Letitia Pearson's show. I guess that's what she's calling it. And she has a special guest, and it is none other than Love and Marriage Huntsville's very own Letitia Scott. I said 2 Letitias in one room, y'all. I cannot handle it. I can't handle it. I'm sorry. So apparently the Letitias are good friends, of course. And they start to talk, and Letitia's doing her thing, asking questions. How do you balance life and business? What is your balancing? All of these different questions. Letitia said, I had it hard coming in here, getting into business. I was, a housewife. Marceau gave me an allowance, and, I had to, when the kids got older and they needed less of me, I went and got my second master's degrees in business development. I, became a CEO and doing my own thing. And, sometimes I rearrange the priorities. If the kids don't need me, I put that priority towards business, yada, 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 yada. I said, okay. And I'm literally like this. I said, y'all should talk about how y'all got 8 shit ass ninjas, as Keywan just said here. I think that would have been a better topic, but
I want to know why Letitia has so much to say about herself as a businesswoman and entrepreneur, mom, and all of that on this show, but on her own show, which was built around a comeback group, she don't want to do nothing but be messy and then run away when she gets caught for it.
Good question.
Just curious. And Letitia, baby, hang it up. You are not a fucking talk show host, girl. If you don't go chase a criminal, Ms. Belle Bondsman, if you don't go chase a criminal, Letitia's the worst type of person, no shade from the hood. She's the type of person that's more concerned with making it look like she got shit going on than actually sitting and settling down on one idea, doing the hard work, and seeing it through. Instead, every season is something different. It's I'm bringing the brunches back. Then it's, oh, people don't know I'm a Belle Bondsman. Then she's trying now to do this. And I'm kind of over it. Like, pick a lane, girl. Pick a lane. Because for you to have this many businesses and you and Glendale ain't living like Latrice and Cliff, it doesn't make sense. Somebody look into her funds because it's not making sense. The math is not making sense.
I'm trying to picture Letitia actually running after a criminal who missed a court date. And I'm trying to picture. Can y'all picture Letitia knocking on
Letitia and
somebody's
her
door and then
Buick.
they running
Letitia and
it?
her Buick after that criminal. Can you? No, Letitia and her Buick are not chasing criminals and Hellcats. I promise y'all, she's not. I just don't understand. And she was. Dr. Jen, it's the enterprise of bullshit. Because at this point, I'm like, okay, now you a talk show host, so you wasting all this money on this fake ass talk show when your hair and makeup is looking the way it is on camera. Letitia's lost, y'all. I be trying to see it for her and be nice, but
The paralegal thing was new to me. I had knew she was a Belle bondsman before Belle Collective was in its first season. Like because I had researched everybody, and I thought it was interesting that she never mentioned it. Because I had said it on my channel years ago before she mentioned. I said Letitia's a Belle bondsman. Why is she not talking about that? I thought that would have been way more interesting of her life than her doing these brunches. So this whole paralegal thing, that's new to me. I didn't know she did that. That's not something that comes up on her LinkedIn. It just doesn't. So I don't know. I guess that's some new shit. So, But after the show Unplugged, we also met Letitia's friend Shantae, who I'm assuming, because y'all remember there were some rumors that Letitia brought a friend on the show to go at Latrice. So I'm assuming Shantae is that friend until I see another friend somewhere. So sorry, Shantae. You seem cool and all, but I'm just going with the rumors are going with. I didn't see it in any commercials or anything, leading into the season. But that's what the word on the curb was, is that Letitia brought a friend on the show to go at Latrice. And I'm just going to assume that you that friend. But she's going to be, on the show, I guess, as a friend of capacity. And Letitia said she's here to support her endeavors, which, okay, that doesn't make sense to me, because is she working for you? Like, what is that? What does that mean exactly? So, after, the show wraps, the Letitia sit back and, Letitia Pearson telling Letitia Scott. I gotta say it like that because both the names is Letitia. So Letitia Pearson telling Letitia Scott that, this has been on her vision board forever. She's been wanting to do a talk show, and, she's asking, how do you balance everything with, your husband? Because Glenn doesn't want her to do this. Glenn would rather be a housewife. And Letitia gave her some bullshit. You just gotta, prioritize, everything, but then, also keep balance. If something does not need you, then you don't need to go for it. Basically the same answer she gave her on the show. And I'm just like, y'all. In hindsight, Letitia is correct. Letitia Scott is correct, but it's just interesting coming from her because that's not what she shows in her own show. So it's just very interesting coming from her. So that was pretty much their scene. Mrs. Best, is there anything you want to add on to my statements about their scene, their one-on-ones? How do you feel about Shantae?
I didn't give any opinion, but I don't really have much to say on Shantae. I think it's too soon. As for Letitia, I don't understand why you need an advocate or an ally if you're this big boss, but do you, boo? I suppose. That's about it.
All right. Well, that was pretty much that with them. So, let's move on to Marie. So Marie is at her, business, Hamilton Davis, and she has her daughter Zuri, helping out, trying to give her some, workman ethics. I love it. So she was asking Zuri because she noticed that Zuri was kind of upset last night. She wanted to know what happened. And Zuri said when she was at dance practice, her dad showed up. And so Marie said, she said, baby, we got to have a conversation. We got to have a conversation about that. So she says, Zuri, I just want to let you know that, I know your dad said he wanted to bring our family back together. I had ended my relationship with my person. He was supposed to end his relationship with his person. But I have found out that he actually was still communicating with his ex. And so I told Cedric, I said, Cedric, you can't come back here. You can't come back home because I don't want the disrespect. And Zuri, let me tell you something. Your daddy can't just be disrespecting me by going over there and cheating on me and getting back with his ex. It's not going to happen. And I just want to let you know that I love you and I want to make sure you understand this is what strong women do. They make sure that they never take disrespect from anybody, Zuri. So I want you to understand that. And Zuri just sitting there and said, yeah, he just seemed very selfish. Marie, I just want to let you know that that was not necessary for you to tell that little girl all that information like that. That was not necessary because once again, that is her father. It would be different if that was just some boyfriend you just had randomly and inviting your kids to be in the mess with you, but that's still her father. And though your points were valid, your points were very valid. I just feel like that's not something you tell a teenager. And it just, for me, that's grown folks' business. It's just grown folks' business. You don't tell them, you just say, you know what? Unfortunately, me and your father are not going to work out. I know that may be disappointing for you, but we still love each other. That's still your father. Still love him, still respect him, and know that he did the best he could. Like, I want parents to stop downing the other parent because the situation with them did not work. I don't think that that's fair. So, Mrs. Best, how did you feel about Marie's conversation with her daughter and telling her business to her daughter in that way?
Pretty much the same. I think that's trifling of any parent to do. Mom, father, it doesn't matter. I think that's trifling of anybody to do around a kid. Like, don't speak negatively about a child's parent right in front of the child unless they're like legitimately like in danger dealing with abuse. There's no reason to do that. The other thing is Marie has a doctorate in public health administration.
I believe so.
Works in mental health. I do work in public health doing social work, but I will say that they are taught and help their clients to understand what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, what's okay, what's not okay. So Marie knows better than that. She knows better. It's the fact that she still chose to do it. I feel like Marie said storyline with Cedric is bullshit. I feel like they had something, but last season I just did not believe it or that they were dating. And her coming back with a breakup versus letting the breakup unfold on camera just tells me that it was some bullshit. And now Cedric is moving on to whoever he's going to hide in the closet with publicly. But I don't like when people do that with kids because kids always feel the need to side with whatever parent they're in front of. So you put Zuri in an uncomfortable ass situation. Of course, she's going to say something negative. All you have to say is, well, why, like you said, why you upset your daddy came by is good. He's making an effort. That's it. To go into the breakup, your heartbreak, how he cheated on you, and why does your daughter need to know that when you got with him, you were both talking to other people? Like, all of it is bad. All of it is bad. All of it is bad. But Marie could go somewhere with her goddamn finger waves. I still kind of like Marie, but I want her to give an authentic storyline, and I don't feel like she's ever done that. The only time she's been authentic is when she's showing us the bad side of her beefing with ladies on the cast. But yeah, I don't want to see this from Marie. I feel like if she's more genuine, she could probably blow up and be bigger than Belle Collective because she has a great personality, but she do this Cedric bullshit. Girl, that man is gay. Allegedly.
Allegedly. And word on the curb is that Cedric is married. Allegedly. So yeah, that's what the word on curve is. So I don't know because we know this is a storyline. So whoever Cedric's potential wife, girlfriend, whatever you are to him, come on, watch Your Mouth Reviews for about 20 minutes so we can do an interview because I need to.
I'd stay in hiding too. Shit.
But aside from what Mrs. Best feels, James feels that you need to come on Watch Your Mouth Reviews and give us 20 minutes of your time. And I need to see receipts, proving documents that you're actually with this man. That's all I'm going to say. So, we're going to read some comments here. Dr. Jim Bunny said that helmet with the deep part on the side of her head.
I'm telling you, Dr. Jen, the wigs is terrible.
Oof. Letitia need to get rid of Glendale. She's wearing the weight emotionally and physically. I agree, Keywan. I really do. What's her issue with Carrie, Shantae? They had an issue? I missed that part. We'll get to that in a minute.
Shaded her a little bit, but it doesn't make sense. Why?
Oh, when they were wearing the outfits. Okay, we'll get to that because to me, Carrie wore it better. But okay, we'll live to fight another day. I heard Shantae is going to be the Letitia's mouthpiece. So it is Shantae. Okay, well, like my good friend Keywan said, um, she will get cussed out accordingly. Because to me, if she didn't do anything to you, Shantae, you shouldn't be doing anything to her. And Letitia don't need no mouthpiece. She is fine just on her own. She know how to get buck. We saw it.
You know, it's funny. Tisha's doing all of this all because of something her man did. If your man didn't do anything, then last season you and Latrice wouldn't have had a problem.
Yep.
She mad at the wrong person.
Keywan said, "Friend, this Marie voice is sending me." Oh my gosh, y'all are hilarious. I don't think I do a good impression of her, but I love her accent. I do. Marie was inappropriate to have that conversation with her daughter about Cedric. She's building resentment towards Zuri for Cedric. She is. That is a very great observation because she is 100% doing that. Not my friend said married. That's what word on the curb is. Allegedly, he is married. Like, allegedly, yes. Cedric in his Tiny Tim nightgown from the 1940s. Yep, the Fred Flintstone of it all. Yep. Cedric got a whole wife or husband, allegedly. It's a wife, allegedly. He has a wife. Cedric is married, allegedly.
It's Mississippi. It's a wife.
It's a wife. Yeah.
It shouldn't be, but it is. But it is.
It shouldn't be.
Yeah. I mean, it's the truth.
So the next thing we have is Carrie. Carrie goes to her friend's tea spot with her husband Matt. It's called Sipsy. Carrie is turning 44 this birthday, and she wants to find a location, and she would like to celebrate her birthday in Jackson. Remember, y'all, Carrie does not live in Jackson. She lives in Mississippi Gulf Coast, which is, from what I understand, a couple-hour drive. So she is looking for a location, and her friend Stephanie owns this location, so she's looking at it, and she's telling Stephanie that usually Matt plans her birthdays. So this year she has to do it and help him. And Matt says, because our friend list is getting bigger and things are out of control. So yeah, you need to step in and tell me what you like. So they go out there and, you know, they're saying that this location may not be the best location. Maybe we should look at more. And he asked her about the guest list. How are Latrice and Letitia? And she's saying pretty much everybody is, you know, in the middle. She's trying to mend some fences. So, you know, she don't know which way to go with these two. So they're not going to pick this location. Stephanie did send them off with some free tea. And then I was curious. I did look at her menu. Looks good. Good job, Stephanie. Hopefully, that, you know, this shows your business in a great light and that you get a whole bunch of customers. The last thing they talk about before we end the scene is their location, the Brick and Spoon location in Mobile, Alabama. So at this point in the season, it's kind of not bringing in the business it was supposed to as they projected the other business. Now, from what I saw online, they have, I think, 6 locations in that general area of Texas, Tennessee, Mississippi, and Alabama. They have, between those states, 6 locations. So the Mobile, Alabama is not pulling in the weight, and it's putting a lot of strain on their finances. So they're hoping that, you know, something can turn around for the business and maybe promotion. Now, in today's time, it is still open. So I don't know what happened, but what I did see is that her business is open from 7 to 2. So I don't know if this is a brunch spot. I don't know what Brick and Spoon is supposed to be. I didn't really research it. I just saw the hours and then saw that the location was still open. So Mrs. Best, got a whole lot of questions for you. So the first question, I just saw 44. She looks older. Do you think Carrie really is at 44?
I think she's 44 based on like the age and timelines that she gives, like for her life. But she don't look it.
It's the hair. I'm telling y'all, it's the hair.
Because I don't know how to say it politely. I don't think it's the hair. I think some people just look older. The only example I could think of, that singer Ari Lennox, she looks older. I was surprised to hear that the girl is only in her 20s. So, you know, some people look older, but Carrie, she looked like maybe 47, not 42 or 44.
I would have gave. See, we were trying to figure that out last season because she didn't give her age last season, but she said that her and Matt were together for 16 years, and that she was only married for 16 years or 17 years or something like that. It was a weird. So I was like, "So are you only 32?" Like it was a weird. She said something very
They
weird
were
about their
dating in
timeline.
high school. So she's probably like dated him for a couple years and then afterward got married. Maybe
Mm.
that's why. Because me and Mr. Best have been together for a long time since high school, but we dated for years before getting married. So people ask about the marriage and are like, huh? But yeah, I think they did everything early from what she explained last season. Their high school sweethearts.
Yeah. So my next question is, what her locations of Brick and Spoon, and that coming up as a topic. Now, knowing in today's time that the location they're concerned about is still open, do you think there really is issues with finances with that, or do you think this is a storyline for them?
I don't even think that question's odd. She's in the restaurant industry. Anyone who's worked in food or hospitality, it's up and down, especially when you're serving a market of low income people, which is what you're serving if you're serving food in Alabama or Mississippi. So I know restaurant owners go through ups and downs with their finances. Sometimes you open locations and they work, sometimes they don't. So I'll just leave it there. I don't like to beat people up too much or over assess a field of business that's like there'll be really good years and then there could be like years of financial struggles, with restaurants. So
That's why I have you here, and that's why I asked you that, because directly getting different perspectives, because I'm unsure. She's bringing it to us in the television as a storyline, at least from what we understand. And a lot of people don't know that the business could be fluctuated. A lot of people think that, okay, she opened a business thinking it was going to be successful, not knowing the fluctuation, because a lot of people don't know that.
I think with food, like you look at shows like Bar Rescue or Gordon Ramsay shows, and a lot of the restaurants that they work with stay open and a lot of them don't. So I think with food, it just depends on the person, but I don't think, I think it's too soon to even comment on her business. I want to wait and see more of what happens with it, but I also know she might be struggling. Maybe extend your business hours, change your menu.
I would say definitely extend the business hours, because from 7 to 2, I feel, to me, because I understand, because it may be a brunch spot.
Brunch. If it's 7 to 2, that's breakfast and brunch. If you're not opening again, you're likely not serving anything else, but it is more expensive to serve dinner items depending on what she decides to serve. But you in the South, you could take some of them brunch items and turn it into a meal.
I think she should stay open to at least 4. I feel like 4 o'clock would be, because that's before dinner. Dinner is usually served at 5 in most places. So I think if she's extended to 4, then that may be a little bit, that's just my opinion. Because I just feel like, to me, everybody works regular jobs. And if you're open Monday through Friday from those times, when will people have time to come in? So that's why I'm like,
that's true.
That's
that's very true. There's a lot they could probably do to change it. That's why I say I don't think it would be fair to think that it would be a storyline. Carrie's been pretty so far open and authentic since she's come on this show compared to others. But Dr. Jen, your suggestions,
that's a good idea.
If she gave a fuck, she would hire somebody who's good at content.
Yes.
But
because I think that's what Pinky did. Pinky Cole from Real Housewives of Atlanta, that owns Slutty Vegan. She had Tasha K in her restaurant not that long ago, and Tasha K did a full review.
Yeah.
So I think that is smart.
Restaurant got popular. People coming by and her asking for like videos and things. So I don't know. Carrie could figure it out, but I wouldn't ask none of the Bells, with the exception of Latrice.
Right. Yeah. So, but she brought it up. That's the only reason why I'm talking about, because she brought it up in the conversation. I have to be fair and talk about what she said.
I know why you're bringing it up. I watched the show, but no, I think with certain stuff, it's just too soon to tell. It's unfortunate, though, that this show is supposed to be built around some boss women, and she can't really go to any of them for advice, with the exception of one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is true. Very true. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and move it on along. So speaking of restaurant pioneers, we have Latrice and Cliff. So they go up into their restaurant taste, and Latrice is having a meeting with her head chef, manager, and bar manager, and she's saying that there's a lot of things that are kind of going below the wayside. So a lot of the employees are coming in here with their regular clothes and not the uniforms. And then one of the managers said the uniforms are ugly. Like, she said they might be ugly, but they're better than somebody come up their ass out and you got ass in the restaurant and everything. It's supposed to be an upscale lounge, not, you know, somebody with their ass out. And she said also another requirement I have is I want them all to wear a red lip. They don't wear the red lip. So we need to have some ordinance in here. We need to make sure that they're doing what they're told to be doing. And I said, you better get them together, Latrice. And I feel like because of the atmosphere and environment, she is correct. Now, what you may can do, Latrice, is maybe compromise and maybe pick things that are a little bit more business professional and maybe, that's cute, because they have that nowadays. Clothes are definitely turning a lot more than what they used to be back in the days. They're a lot more, appropriated and, different fabrics now, just lots of different things. So I'm sure you can come to a compromise. The next thing they talk about, as her and Cliff are sitting at the bar, is that, Cliff was talking about, her incident. So as I mentioned in my updates video, Latrice had a health scare. She actually had a blood clot from her knee to her groin area. And, it was definitely serious. Her leg swelled up and, she had to have surgery. It was quite a big thing. And they were, talking about this situation with Letitia and Glenn and how that may be also adding stress to her as well. And she said that's not adding stress. And how this is gonna go, she tells Cliff that you're not going to be all up hee hee ha ha and up in Glenn's face. You're gonna be cordial and move it on along. We ain't with them right now. It's all about us. And Cliff is like, Cliff ain't trying to leave his best friend out there hanging. He trying to get back in good gracious with Glenn because that's his road dog, that's his boy. So he trying to, get that up in there and be his friend again. Latrice, let them be friends. That's okay. You and Letitia can have y'all beefs. Y'all just can't do no couples things. That's all. That's all it is. But letting your man have his friend, I don't see nothing wrong with that. And I'm just playing, y'all. I do see a lot wrong with that. But, that was pretty much the scene. So, Mrs. Best, I have to ask you this question. How did you feel about Latrice telling her workers that they need to be more professional and abide by the rules and guidelines that she requested?
I agree with some of it, not all of it. I just want to say to Latrice and Cliff, y'all change staff since this restaurant has opened every season, sometimes a couple times in a season. It's good to change staff, but if you changing your chef too often and then you got a manager that's like, I'm not going to enforce policy, which is the manager's job, because he don't like how the outfits look. You don't need to like how the outfit look. You need to be able to take somebody's order, check on them, fill their water cup, make the beverage. You don't need to like what you're wearing while you're doing it. Why the fuck they ain't listening? She needs to change managers.
She do.
Lord. Like she came in there and she did what she did, but you definitely need to change managers, Latrice. But also expecting a red lip, no, that's stupid. It's given Diddy. I agree with Dr. Jen. It is given Diddy how he like his women to only have white French tips and white toes and all this crazy stuff. You don't get to dictate, at least in most states, because I know Mississippi got some different labor laws, but in most of the states like California, Washington, things like that, you can't tell me what color lipstick to wear. You can either say no makeup at all or come to work camera ready. That's what they do, because that happens a lot in California in restaurants, because we have a lot of bougie places out here. If you work at Saks Fifth Avenue, you want to go work at Nordstrom, Barney's, work for Bulgari, Pandora, they're going to make you wear makeup. They're going to make you look like you are like red carpet or camera ready. So that part's okay, but for her to want them in a red lip, that's fucking weird. You're not Lisa Vanderpump. This is not Sir Girl. This Mississippi. Stop it. But other than that, I think Latrice needs to chillax. I wish her well with her leg. As for Cliff and Glenn's friendship, I actually agree with her. My man don't need to be friends with nobody that is legally tied to someone that has accused you of domestic violence. Don't forget, they was trying to act concerned about Latrice a couple seasons ago, trying to take her down by accusing Cliff of being abusive. I ain't forgot about that. I wouldn't want my man around people like that. And then separate from that, who the fuck wants their man to play with with Glendale? Who wants their man to play with Glendale? If I send my man down for a little play date with his homies, I don't want him around men like Glendale. I don't. Birds of a feather flock together. Even if he don't do anything while out with him, what if somebody around the town see my man, Mr. Best, out with Glendale? They gonna be thinking, oh, he's cheating on Mrs. Best. He's up to no good. That's how rumors start. So I actually think Latrice is smart. If her man's not hanging out, if you're entirely cut off, can't nothing else happen. Because Letitia's been doing some grimy shit to her for seasons while acting like everything is cool because the men are friends. So we gonna hope her health gets better, and that's right. And good for you, Cliff. You're doing better this season already, my brother. Because if he would have fought her on getting up, I would have cursed at the TV. But you supposed to stick beside your wife. And Cliff did the right thing. Now, Letitia and Glenn don't understand that. That's why they arrived at the event separately. Okay? They don't understand.
We gonna get to the event, y'all. But first, we gotta talk. I was neglecting to talk about this, but I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. So, Letitia and Glendale meet up with their counselor, Mr. Mike. I believe that's what his name.
Don't do this to me on the internet. You want me canceled and in trouble. You want me.
I was gonna skip over it, but no. So they get up in there, and Mr. Mike says, "So what's going on? What's the problem now?" They said, he goes, well, listen, part of how Glenn said, part of what I would like her to do is to be at home. Now she wants to go out there and become this boss again. So that's taking away time from me. And Letitia just rolled her eyes and was all like, and he goes, well, wait a minute. You don't think she can be this boss lady and still love you? And Letitia pipes up and said, no, he cannot. He can't do that. He thinks that if I'm pouring into myself and loving myself more, that I'm gonna love him less. And Mr. Mike said, well, Glenn, did you hear what she said? He goes, yeah. And I agree with that. I think she will love me less if she goes out there and does this business thing. That's less time for me. Is there any other way around it? And I'm looking at Glenn like,
him and Maurice Scott. We only 2 months into 2026, and then y'all aired this shit during Black History Month. I'm so upset.
I mean, Glendale, like, so where's she at? Where my friend at? I need to put her picture up here. Where's she at? Hold on, y'all. I'm finna do it for y'all one time. I'm finna do it. Where's she at? Hold on. Damn, my computer's slow. Where my friend at? Y'all know I got to do it. Y'all know I got to do it. Glendale, I just can't with you today. I just cannot with you today. And I just gotta be like, I gotta be real with you. Now, it's not about her going after and finding herself and building it up as a replacement of you. It's about her making a name for herself and taking the opportunities she has while being on a network television. Anybody with common sense would take advantage of the opportunities. Now, I do feel like to some degree, Letitia is chasing opportunities that I feel like are not suited for her, like this talk show, for example. I don't think like this is her forum. I don't think Letitia has a forum. Them brunches is another thing. I don't think the brunches are Letitia's forum. Letitia has careers. Like she is a bail bondsman and has been one for quite some time. She needs to lean into that or lean into, something of like maybe some e-commerce or something. I don't know. But I don't feel like it's really fair for you to say, well, that's taken away from me when she's literally on a forum that could actually help build her career if this is what she really wants. And you as your husband should be supporting her. And then also this counselor, Mr. Mike, no disrespect to you, sir. But if they've been seeing you all this time and they still have these same issues, like you need to, you have public television. You have what most people don't have when they see couples. Like I need you to start calling some stuff out, sir. Because Glendale, let's keep it real. The infidelity is the bigger issue here, along with then the disrespect and then the ass kissing he wants Letitia to do. That's how I see it. So, Mrs. Best, how did you see this counseling session?
The counselor was horrible. I said to myself, you've been seeing this counselor for years and y'all done broken up on this show at least once a season. How many separations have y'all had? Obviously, the counselor's not working, and shame on the counselor, because ethically, I believe that if you see that you're not able to help a client, that you should refer them out. That's like a standard nationally. So it's very strange that the counselor kept them. It shows the counselor lacks discernment as well, and it's just talking to get paid. Because at the end of it, he's like, I think you guys will be all right. I think there's still love there. What? No, there's not. There's so much disconnect. There's a lack of miscommunication. He should have sent them home with homework. There's so much that he should have done. There's so much the counselor should have done that he did not do. And it was just such a lazy example of counseling, which is unfortunate. But every so often we get a shitty counselor on TV. Okay. And this is just one of them. But I'm also surprised he didn't attack or suggest that Glendale and Letitia go to counseling individually as well. Because if somebody says to you, regardless man or woman or however it is, if someone says to you and they're in a relationship and they're seeking help, I am concerned that her thriving will cause me to get left behind. That's like deep-seated insecurity, deep-seated like lack of liking yourself, deep-seated lack of self-confidence, like as a person. So it doesn't make sense that the therapist did not catch that at all. But I'm tired of Letitia and Glenn. I don't really have much to add about their relationship. Like, he has made it very clear. I can't even get mad at Glendale. Y'all gonna hate me for this, but I can't even get mad at the nigga. He's made it very clear he not gonna stop cheating. He don't want a divorce. He wants his wife to be home and not working. And he don't seem to care about anybody's feelings outside of his own, not even his son. Not even his son. And I think back to when his granny was passing away, and he used that lady's death as a crutch and a way to get back with his wife. So Glendale don't care about nobody but Glendale. He ain't no traditional man. Because a traditional man wouldn't be cheating on his fucking wife. He would be going to work, working his ass off, coming home, providing security, and folding her into all sorts of pretzels and geometric shapes, dropping off that good deed, not cheating. So he ain't nothing traditional about him. I'm sick of Glendale. I really am. I'm sick of him. And you know what somebody had the audacity to say to me on the internet, y'all? Because I had commented on Own's trailer, like, here we go. Letitia, pathetic ass Pearson ain't never gonna leave this man, even though she has every reason to leave a man. But thank God she ain't got no daughter, because she would be a terrible example with how she's dealing with this doggone man. I said, I can't understand why she stayed. Do you know somebody's nappy-headed ass responded saying Mrs. Best because he's fine. Y'all.
I'm done. I'm signing off. Okay, y'all.
Like,
no.
What? Just because a man is fine don't mean you let him disrespect you.
No. Wait a minute. Hold on.
I said, and then Glendale is fine. Let me call Lisa from 90-day lockup, if that, or 90-day fiance, if that's the case. She fine too then. Glendale.
It's like person who said that. Where did you hear that? Oh my!
Goodness, being funny in these comments. She said, "Little Boosie, he do look just like Boosie, and
he
Boosie
do. No,
he's loud, obnoxious, and ratchet, just like Glendale."
I just feel like, to me, and then we're gonna end it on this because I'm about sick of talking about them. Because we got to talk about them one more time in this episode. But it just, to me, I feel like Letitia and Glenn are holding on to who they were before they got TV on network famous. Whoever they were in that past life, they're holding on to. Y'all are different people now. Like, y'all are way
in the past life too. These niggas just should have never been together. They just
y'all, and to me, I feel like this is revealing to y'all the irony of your relationship. Like, this whole TV show is revealing. Y'all get to see on camera. Most couples can't even see themselves. Y'all get to see yourselves and see the cracks in your foundation and see that realistically, y'all may be better apart than you are together. But who the fuck am I? I don't know y'all from a bag of paint. I just see y'all for 45 minutes on a TV show. Whoop de fucking do. But I just feel like from what I am seeing, it don't look good. And for most of us who have common sense in real life, in real today's time, y'all wouldn't make it. Sorry, not sorry, but that's how I feel. Right, that's my friend. I'm telling y'all, if Carlos don't make this lady a cast member next season, I don't think she really want to be on a show like that. But by the
She needs
slight,
to.
like by the slight chance that she want to be on TV, Carlos, this is your next star on Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is who needs to be on the show. Because anytime your professional just leaves the room because you just heard the most audacity of fuck shit you could ever hear somebody say, and you couldn't even hold it together to be professional. That is the real. That's the real Jill. That's the real deal right there. That's my girl. I forgot her name, but that's my favorite character from last season. I can't wait till they come back. Okay, so we did have a scene at Letitia's house. She's picking out clothes for Carrie's 90s theme birthday party, or I guess it's not 90s theme, it's Love Jones theme. So Letitia's pulling out leather jackets with white cloth at the top of it. And I was like, oh, Letitia, put that back in the closet. Just wear some regular clothes. Please wear some regular clothes. So Shantae comes over there as well. And Shantae, talks to Letitia. And she says that Letitia told her that Glenn's not going to be riding with her. But she did ask Carrie if she could have a +1. And Carrie said, yeah, absolutely. So I would like you to come. And so Shantae said, oh, I wasn't prepared at all. I guess I got to go buy me an outfit. And as she's, they're talking, guess who pulls up with that damn Marie in her newest of rental cars, y'all? Marie, this time she done upgraded. She done left that Nissan Sentra and got her a Toyota Camry. Y'all better give it up to Marie, y'all, with that Toyota Camry. I loved every part of it. And it was pulling up slow as if it was a Rolls Royce. I'm telling y'all, I cannot make this up, y'all. Give it up for Marie. Dr. Marie, let me put some respect on her name. Dr. Marie Monroe. So, she pulls up, hey, Letitia, I'm here, Letitia. So they, talk. She greets Shantae and, she shows them what she's going to be wearing. So Shantae excuses herself. So she's going to go ahead and get her an outfit and go to the party. So they sit down and Letitia asks her, what's going on with you? Because you were emotional the other day. What's going on? So she said, Letitia, I went on my computer and I saw that Cedric's email was still on my computer. So I just clicked on the email, Letitia, and it showed me that he was still communicating with his ex-girlfriend. And for the life of me, I couldn't understand that because we had both said that we were going to leave our past people behind us. I had broke up with Martin. I broke up with Martin. And he said he was going to break up with his girlfriend. But lo and behold, Letitia, he was talking to that woman again. So I told Cedric, I said, don't come back home. Don't you come back home to me. And it hurt me, Letitia. It hurt me. And Letitia tells her it's the same thing with me and Glenn. We just had our session and, Glenn just wants me to be at home and just not want me to pour into myself. And I just don't understand. And, so Letitia said that, or Maria asked, so is he coming to the party? And Letitia said, yeah, he's coming. He's going to be at the party. And she asked, well, is Cedric coming to her? She said, I ain't tell Cedric about no party. He ain't hear from me. I don't think Cedric going to be there. So, y'all, it's the same old with these two. Once again, Marie, nobody believes this storyline. I don't know why. And she seems to have a very interesting life. I don't know why we got to hear about Cedric. Nobody believes the storyline. So you really want us to believe that you and Cedric was really about to get back together last season. Okay, Marie. Okay. I don't care about Letitia. Mrs. Best, how did you feel about this scene?
Unfortunately, I'm not trying to be a dud because I actually do like Belle Collective, but I don't have much to add. Marie, I couldn't stand you. You won me over. I still like you. I think you have value. I think you're powerful. I think you're relatable with the kids that you got and that family running around Mississippi that you got. And I wish that Marie would just show her real self. That's all.
All
I don't have
right.
anything for Letitia.
You know everything for Letitia. Okay.
Absolutely nothing.
All right. So, oh Lord, we get to Carrie's little party. She has it at. It looked like a shack, but it was a house that those events is an event space. The first to show up were who showed up first? Was it Selena? Yeah, it was Selena and Mike. They showed up first. And she said, "Oh, this is nice." She goes, "But where everybody? Where all the bells at?" Y'all know Selena always get to an event first all the time. The one thing about Selena, she ain't gonna be late for shit. She gonna make sure she get her check. The next thing we have is Tambra walk in. You know, we ain't seen Tambra yet. So Tambra walk in talking about, "Oh my goodness, I have been doing great since the reunion." And
Honestly, nobody cares. We
yeah.
have to discuss Tambra this season. We don't even have to go into it. She gave us nothing. No shade. London Simone, she looked like her daddy raised her in private. Tambra can go. And I don't dislike her as a person. I just don't feel like she's going to give you good TV unless you back her into a corner like Marie did and Letitia and meet with her ex. Other than that, I don't think you'll get much from Tambra. Like, she shouldn't be here. She's not giving anything.
Tambra.
We don't even care about the damn update and the way girl, we do not care. We do not care. The people in Mississippi don't even like hearing your voice on the motherfucking radio. Go somewhere, please. I can't with Tambra.
Carlos insists on having her here, and I don't understand why. I was trying to go into a Tambra voice, and Mrs. Benson, fuck that.
No,
we ain't doing that
it's
today.
a waste of time. She didn't even do nothing. She was just there. She gave us her little update. She's still not married. She still ain't with Demond. Nothing's changed. She's just here getting a free check. I'm not mad at her for it either. I would stay and get a free check too until I was asked to leave. But come on, Tam.
I feel like you would give a little something if you got asked to be on reality TV. You just wouldn't sit in the sidelines and just, give a shady comment in your confession.
He said, "Give me the shovel, friend." He dug it deeper because you're right. You're right. You're right. Most people would think that way, to at least try to do something. Tambra don't even try to be messy.
She don't. That's another thing. Like, if she could do something, like if Tambra ain't got no story, like the least she could do is be shady, maybe start some shit with two people.
Anything.
Something. Like, we need something from you, Tambra. Make a face. I mean, Tambra, you could even do this. Like, come on, Tambra.
It's like, Tambra, we want to like you. We want to like Tambra. But if you're going to be on television, you have to give something. And she hasn't given anything. So Gucci's messy ass is gone. I feel like if Letitia were gone, Tambra might open up a little bit more. Because I feel like she can handle Marie. But I think Letitia being the messy one who will do fucked up stuff and then act like she didn't. Tambra seems like the type of person that puts a huge wall up.
Okay. Dr. Jen said they need to bring 2 women and bring some spice. I agree. 2 more women and get rid of 1. By Tambra. A waste of camera time. It is.
Yeah.
Not generous. Take care, babe. They could have added Amanda.
That's Bessie. I love it.
I agree. I just not main cast member. She could stay a friend of. I will give her that. I don't think she's a Belle main character energy. I just don't. I need somebody with a Carrie energy. Somebody who messy, want to know the deets. It really gives authenticity, because Carrie to me still gives that amongst the rest of them.
One season with Carrie, we learned of issues with her husband,
right?
In-laws, learned of her businesses. Now we're gonna see struggles. Tambra's been here for what, 6 seasons?
7. This is season 7. Tambra been here since the beginning, and we ain't seen shit.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And hell, and I feel like had she not got pregnant on camera, we wouldn't have saw that either. But anyways, we're gonna move on. So everyone gets here, with the exception of Marie and Letitia. They get there late, and everyone's showing off their Love Jones look. And it was funny because Shantae and Carrie came in the same generalized look. I'm not gonna say it was the same outfit, because it wasn't. It was totally 2 different things. I think what made Shantae look a little bit more authentic, like Nia Long, she had that hat, and Carrie just had the bob. But Carrie, this bob, I'm not gonna crack on her hair this episode. She gonna give me more shit
No,
later
it
on.
was terrible. It was terrible. It was bad.
I wasn't gonna do it, Carrie, because I ragged on you all season last season. I was gonna let you go.
No, I think last season with this Bob, it makes me appreciate last season. I don't know what she's going through, but just wear your hair if you got your hair, Carrie. Just wear your hair. Don't do that.
Was this a wig or was this her hair? I don't.
It looked like something, but whatever it wasn't. Whatever was under it, it wasn't flattened.
Yeah. It seemed like she just put on her head and humidity just took over. It just
Honestly, this cast does horribly with dressing up. Every time they do, they fail. Because to me, everybody failed with the Love Jones thing. Everybody, you could tell, looked at the poster, found a collared white shirt, some sort of corset, and said, "I'm coming up in here."
Yep. So, and then Letitia came out of not Letitia. Latrice came out of theme. We didn't know where she was going with that dress and that outfit on. I don't know who she was trying to be, but Carrie introduces the group to her friend Sir, who was a poet, and as he's giving his poetry slam for Carrie, Letitia and Marie walk in late, and Letitia had this paper bag, and I said, Letitia, not you done brought this girl a present and didn't think to put it in a. Yeah, I can't believe that shit looked so tacky as she was carrying it to the door. I was like, what is that? No, I know this ain't a present for Carrie. I just know. Y'all, they have it at the grocery store. You literally, it's called a wine box that you can give as a gift to somebody. You could put like a little bow on it. You just no class whatsoever. But everyone had to write a poem. And before we get to everyone's poem, we heard Mike read his towards Selena. And he read it. And it was nice because Selena said that Mike ain't got no creativity. He don't know how to write a sentence. He don't know how to do that. But she said, but that did something to me. That made me all warm inside. And I just looked at Selena. I'm like, I guess sis, go off. So Glendale and Cliff link up and they talk in the middle of the party. And Glenn said, man, I ain't heard from you in a minute. Where you been at? What's going on with us? And Cliff said, look, I can't upset my wife. I can't be around you like that. She told me I can't fool with you like that. He goes, why? What'd I do? Like, I was mad at you and you didn't have control over your party and you just gonna let that happen. And Cliff said, I ain't let nothing happen. That ain't me. I didn't know what the hell was going on. Like, why you blaming me? Baby, Latrice walked over there and said, excuse me, in the corner over there right now. Get up over there. And she said, let me holler at you. And he goes, see, I got to go down. I'm in trouble. Look what you did. He goes, what's going on? He goes, look, I said I do. I didn't say I didn't. I said, I know that's right, Cliff. Cliff, you coming with it this time. I see you, Cliff. And they were walking out to leave. And Carrie said, where y'all going? Where y'all going? And she said, oh, no, it's our time to go. And Latrice walked up to Glenn. What happened? What happened? And I'm just looking at her like, oh, gosh. No. Just silly. So Carrie's trying to convince them to, stay and trying to also get the information as Glenn is also trying to fill Letitia in and Letitia looking at the door just smiling. And so Carrie turns to Letitia and was like, okay, so this is what Carrie pulled the jack move that I thought was hilarious because she goes, well, did you write a poem, Cliff? He goes, yeah, I wrote a poem. And she goes, oh, well, you got to read it. That's the rules. You got to read it. So somehow they convinced them to come back in. Now, let me explain something. I know my best friend, Mrs. Best. It wouldn't have been a poem in the world that would have stopped her from walking out that door. When Mrs. Best is ready to go, she walking out the door and she do not care. Am I right or am I wrong?
It depends on the type of event, honestly.
But this messy ass event. Yeah, this messy ass event. We talk about this messy ass event. You would have left.
Because honestly, the poet they hired sucked. When they read that thing to Carrie, I was like, it sounds like you're just talking. This is not poetry. I should feel moved. But I'll digress. But yeah, I would have left. I don't understand why. But I think leaving, maybe the production people were like, y'all better get your ass back in there.
Right.
But she did seem hell-bent on leaving. But
she did. She seemed like she just wanted to do her 15 minutes and leave. She acted like she didn't want to be there. And I would have let her go. But we didn't get to the part where Glenn's going to read his poem. I'm not gonna go through because y'all know how I feel about Glenn and lyrics. So we gonna move forward with it. But the end, he goes, "I love you. I hope you still love me." And the crowd turns to Letitia, and she just sit there smiling and ain't saying shit. And everybody was like, "Well, damn, Letitia." Now we know this was an edit because I'm sure she's gonna say I love you too, Glenn, because we know Letitia ain't that hell bent on being in charge of the girls like that. So they put it on a whole cliffhanger of will she say I love you too? And quite frankly, we know she
Nobody
is.
cares.
We know she
Read
is.
the
So what the
fucking
hell?
room. Read the room. Oprah Winfrey Network. Nobody cares anymore. Letitia and Glenn's storyline is so played out and tired that they just remind me of the ignorant niggas living on 88th and Plymouth in Oakland. Okay, they gonna be together, they gonna stay together, they gonna fight, they might stab each other. It could be some pistol whippings and all types of stuff. And she probably still gets her canned corn, pours it into the skillet, and whips him up a meal. I promise you, she probably still does it. And I think as an audience, we just need to accept that Letitia ain't never gonna leave Glenn, because the only way she gonna leave him is if she learns how to love herself, and the only way she gonna do that is if it's off camera. That's the only way.
I
I don't
agree.
care no more. Why would they do that as a cliffhanger?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Out of all the things, it could have been an exchange between Letitia and Latrice. That would have been more interesting than this
Lean
cliffhanger.
into that. We don't care about this relationship no more. It's been 7 fucking seasons of bad wigs, jaundiced eyes, the same haircut from Glendale, bad raps in fur coats, and bullshit. I am sick of them as a couple. I really am. I want them off TV. Like, these is just regular ass niggas that's married, that shouldn't have got married, in the hood somewhere in every state. We all know somebody like Letitia and Glenn. They need to go away. Glenn Isabel.
He wants to be so bad. If Belle Collective was a show with all men, trust me, Glenn would be the first one auditioning.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to be on TV. He loves this. He loves this. Is the attention he never got. I'm telling you. When you can always tell when men don't get attention, they show their asses when they finally get some versus playing it back cool. Because one thing about Cliff, he ain't do too much. Now he did in the beginning, but I feel like that was for Latrice personally. But as time went on, Glenn just sat back and cut and had a drink.
Though, because all of the beef, it all comes back to Letitia and Latrice's beef. Letitia, you started shit with Latrice thinking that she would forever take it, never thinking the dynamic of the group would change, but it has changed. Now, your man is interesting. Your man is willing to disrespect, not worry about his wife and all of that. It shows. But Cliff, obviously, no matter what we say about Cliff, he obviously has some type of respect for Latrice because he moved her way. He moved her way. So I'll say good for you, Cliff, but Letitia just looked worse and worse. Glendale needs to leave the show.
They need though. Carlos need to get rid of some of these people. If I can get rid of two, it'd be Tambra and Letitia. I feel like they need to go.
They're useless. And then Letitia is dangerous, in my opinion, for reality TV, bringing people on shows to take other people down, meeting with people's exes without doing the full background. Like, the stuff that she participates in is dark. And I always think the people who are the messiest on TV are always the ones with the least to lose. And of the whole cast, she does have the least to lose.
So let me ask you a question before we move on to your live. Do you think that the same could be said about Latrice bringing Amanda on?
Yeah. I personally feel like Latrice should have left the show a little while ago also. When it gets to where people are, when they accused and alluded that she was being abused by her man, she should have left the show. And I wish that Latrice, and I've always said this, Latrice waits too long to respond. You cannot sit and simmer like Angel on Housewives of Potomac. Like, that's exactly what Latrice does. But then when she eventually does respond, she responds too late, or she does too much to where people are like, damn, can we really defend you? So I think if Letitia and Latrice and Tambra were to be replaced with different people, it would definitely help the show to flourish.
To me, I always felt like Latrice had to me, I feel like when you have a show like this, everybody's income should be equal. And I feel like, to me, it didn't give that for the rest of these women. I can't say the same for Marie, and I can't say the same for Tambra and maybe Selena, but it was just given to me, it just don't match. But then also she wasn't given in the same capacity, just the issues, not so much. Now she's given the business part because people teased her about her hairline, especially after Marie came for it. So I don't know. I just feel like I need something new. I need something fresh. I need something different. I feel like they're just gonna give the same old drama. And I feel like I want to see different
The
Belle.
Carlos King show. So he's probably going to let it go into where Love and Marriage Huntsville is, which is a show that just needs to be canceled and cannot be fixed. Carlos King don't know how to put change into his shows sooner than later.
Letitia and Tam Tam is useless like the G and lasagna. I'm done.
They are. They don't do nothing. They don't do anything. And Letitia's only entertaining because her nigga don't respect her. That's sad. I don't want to see that. It's true. If he wasn't cheating on her, she's just no shade. Outside of the cheating, she's not that interesting.
Well, there you have it, y'all. That was Belle Collective season 7, episode 1. I hope it picks up. I hope that this show gives a different outlook. So far, everybody gets a clean slate with me again this season. The only people that are getting on my nerves so far is Letitia and Marie. Because Marie, that ain't no storyline. I'm sorry, we sick of that. You did this season 1.
Marie seriously.
You did this season 1. We don't buy it anymore. It did. Letitia, I don't want to hear about this anymore. Either move on or get the fuck on. That's how I feel. So yeah, I am too. Especially because I see Lala is gonna be in it as well for that one episode. I need to see it now. Because how the hell they made that connection? I have no idea. But we gonna see. But that was it, y'all. We're gonna go to Mrs. Best's channel for Love During Lockup. It was a great episode. I enjoyed it. I got a lot to say. We will be there with also our girl Keywan J. So you guys make sure y'all subscribe to her channel and go ahead and watch our recap because it's going to be a doozy. I can already tell you. So I will see you guys there. Thank you, Mrs. Best, for being here. And I'll see you guys later now. Bye-bye.